Coming up in today's program, art for the brave in New Zealand, India's art on wheels, and integrating through music in Belgium. But first, Artsworld travels to Ghana to get an insider's perspective on the country's art scene.
Hello and welcome to Artsworld. My name is AKUA MANFO, but here in Accra, Ghana, I'm known as Black Coffee. I'm a local TV presenter, and let me tell you something about my people, Ghanaians. We love color and we love style. This can be seen in the clothes that you wear and the pieces of art that we create. In fact, it can even be seen in the way that we celebrate our funerals.
These coffins have become a unique art form in Ghana, and there's something for everyone. Your choice of coffin is tailor-made to take you to a better life. So, if you didn't get it right the first time round, then here's your second chance. KPAKPO has been a carpenter for several years.
I'm really enjoying. If you are not appreciating what you are doing, no one will enjoy you. More people come asking about it. It shows that people are more interested.
There was a Ghanaian man who was a carpenter, and I guess he just thought this was a creative, interesting thing to do, and it caught on. And so people would come to Accra. It became part of the tourist scene. The original guy who started died in the 1990s, but his children have kept it up.
It tells a story. That is our culture as a Ghanaian. No matter our forefathers thought, whatever you are doing in life, when you die, you still continue now the next journey.
If you were an important carpenter, if you are an important teacher, then one of the ways we show respect and honor and gratitude to you for your work as a teacher is to bury you in a pen.
Ni Soa's father is being buried next week. He came from a long line of carpenters, so the family decided a carpentry tool was the obvious choice.
I chose this saw because it comes from a long tradition of carpenters. It's a way to honor and respect him.
Well, I think it's to honor the living because the way in which a funeral is done shows the caliber of the people who are living. If it's poorly done, it means that they didn't think much of you, the person who died. And if it's well done, it means they thought very highly of you, and therefore they went to all the lengths to ensure that your funeral was one that you deserved. It looked good. Although many Ghanaians today don't necessarily believe in the afterlife in that sense, immediately you die, you are going to a second world. We still believe in the importance of sending you off in a grand fashion. When it comes to funeral cloth, that we can say is truly Ghanaian. Colors are important in Ghana. You do blues and whites for happy occasions, and you do browns, reds, and blacks for funerals. It's about honoring and respecting the dead as a way of showing gratitude to that person for what he did for his community whilst he was alive.
In the AKUA clan, when someone dies, we wear red, like this one. So yesterday, when we buried him, we wore red. The old man has lived to a good age, and we are happy the Lord has come to call him and didn't let him suffer too much.
Some families are choosing to do black and white if the person is old. So say a patriarch dies at 90, he's lived life well, his children are successful, then they are mourning him, but they are also happy for a life well led. And so the way that they show that is to combine the black with the white. Funerals mean very different things to other West Africans. Nigerians, for example, who are fairly ostentatious, think our funerals are elaborate and ridiculous. So there's something about the ways in which Ghanaians appreciate funerals that allows us to incorporate these coffin arts into our funeral ceremonies quite comfortably.
The reason why sometimes I feel sad is, and I'm seeing after doing all these things, then they put in the ground.
While the families pay their last respects, Eric gets busy with his next commission. It's his favorite model, a Mercedes-Benz, a car to dream of in life or death.
That's excellent. Okay. Carvings have a rich tradition here in Ghana, but we usually stick to wood. In New Zealand, people are choosing to have their faces carved in, using traditional tattooing methods of bone chiseling. For some, it's a way to reaffirm their Maori roots, at a time when Maori designs are being used by everybody.
And they're all like this.
New Zealand Māori Joseph Takuta wears tā moko, the ancient Māori tattoo, a symbol of cultural pride and renaissance.
With moko, it's a cultural connection to your ancestors and to the people around you and to your own tribal connection.
Moko designs are universal to all tribes, with only small regional differences.
What it shows is unity. There is a common denominator that unites all of us. Because it doesn't matter which iwi you go to, which hapu you go to, you find that there's a basic template to the moko. Nice moko.
The designs represent genealogy. They're based on Māori values and philosophies, rather than a specific meaning for each line or spiral.
We as people, anything and everything we do is inspired by atua. What's atua? Something that takes your breath away. Can be a woman, can be a waterfall. I don't think what it's not a god.
Today, Joseph is having parts of his 8-year-old moko recoloured, some with the tattoo gun, but later today it'll be cut with a traditional bone chisel called uhi.
There is nothing else left that we can solely have that's ours. You can hop in a plane that's got a Māori design on it. You can buy a t-shirt. You can virtually do anything Māori without being one. But putting a moko on your face sets you apart from everyone else.
Joseph works as an anti-violence counsellor for a Māori health organisation.
Before moko, it was very gang affiliated. Violence, drugs, alcohol, you name it. We had it, and I lived it fully. And then I started going back to where I came from, back to Tūhoi and to my people, and culturally starting to be a part of that.
One more, hold it, pause, coming back from the other side, hold it. My spirit, my wairua, is always satisfied, fulfilled when I do moko. That's what will keep me vigorous, vibrant and alive.
CHAZ is not just a moko artist, he's also a carver who teaches Māori art and design at Auckland University of Technology. Doing moko has been passed down through his genealogy.
Even from a young age, it's always fascinated and it's always been part of my life, so it's something that really was just going to be natural progression.
Today, CHAZ will use his carving skills to add to Joseph's moko. For the first time, he'll use a traditional uhi, chisel, like his ancestors, to cut Joseph's face and preserve the tattoo.
The blade itself is made from bird bone, from the wing bone of an albatross or torua. That's probably sharp enough. We're going to clean it and then we'll use it.
Moko virtually disappeared after colonisation by the British in the 1800s. This is a reclaiming of identity by young and old, men and women who've earned the right to wear moko.
You've got to be active in the community. You should be somebody teaching young people about the values of the moko, on all sorts of different levels, whether it in areas of health and education and all of that. And I think that's what makes people eligible. That felt like a...
But around the world, many non-Māori have taken on these designs as tattoo.
They're not actually prepared to understand what the philosophies are, why we do it as people. It really is based around the images, the aesthetic that supports the ego. Yeah. That's why I have a problem with it.
The moko Renaissance requires rewriting the rules of an ancient practice for modern times, and even the practitioners are learning from the past.
The first time I've used an uhi on anyone's face, and it's totally different. It's got a different feel, it's got a whole different sense, a whole different way to our spirit to it, compared to a machine. Because I guess it's what the old people were doing, then it's a little bit closer to that.
The nearly lost art of Māori tā moko is now back in pride of place, in the hearts and on the faces of the Indigenous people of Aotearoa, New Zealand.
After the break, we'll visit India to see how a truck gets an extreme makeover. I tell you, this is even more elaborate than most wedding preparations.